One cold evening, Pastor Daniel sat alone in his small church. The chairs were empty. The lights were dim. He looked around the silent room and whispered with a tired voice, "God, am I really called to do this?" He loved God. He loved people. But deep in his heart, he was starting to lose hope. Pastor Daniel was a simple man with a big heart. He lived in a small town where life was not easy. Many people were struggling. Some had no jobs. Some had lost hope in life. Years ago, Daniel felt God calling him to become a pastor. He was not rich. He was not famous. But he believed God wanted him to help people know love, faith, and hope. So he started a small church. At the beginning, many people came. The church was full of joy. People prayed together. They sang together. They helped one another. But as time passed, things slowly began to change. Some members stopped coming to church. Others moved to different cities. A few people even spoke badly about Pastor Daniel. Soon the church became quiet. Sometimes only 3 or 4 people came on Sunday. Some weeks nobody came at all. Pastor Daniel still prepared his sermons every week. He still cleaned the church himself. He still prayed for the people in his town. But inside he was hurting. Money was also becoming a problem. The church could barely pay the electricity bill. Pastor Daniel often skipped meals so he could keep the church open. One night he prayed with tears in his eyes. "God, I tried my best. I gave you my life, but nothing seems to be working. Maybe I am not the right person for this." For the first time in many years, Pastor Daniel thought about giving up. One rainy afternoon, while Pastor Daniel was locking the church door, he noticed a young man standing outside the gate. The young man looked tired and lost. "Excuse me, sir," the young man said softly. "Are you the pastor here?" Pastor Daniel smiled kindly. "Yes, I am." The young man took a deep breath. "I have been looking for you." Pastor Daniel was surprised. "For me?" The young man nodded. "My name is Samuel," he said. 5 years ago, I came to this church. I was broken. I had no hope in life. I remember one sermon you preached about God's love and forgiveness." Samuel's voice began to shake. "That message changed my life." Pastor Daniel stood silently, listening. Samuel continued, "That day, I decided not to give up on my life. I started praying. I worked hard. Today I have a job and my family is doing well." Then Samuel smiled. "I came back today to say thank you." Pastor Daniel felt tears filling his eyes. For years he thought his work meant nothing, but now he realized something powerful. Even when the church was empty, even when nobody seemed to care, God was still working. Samuel started coming to church every week. Soon he invited his friends. Slowly, little by little, more people began to return. But Pastor Daniel had already learned an important lesson. Success was not about how many people sat in the church. Success was about touching even one life, and that one life could change many others. Pastor Daniel no longer felt discouraged. Every Sunday he stood behind the pulpit with new joy, knowing that God sees every small act of faith. Sometimes we feel like our work is not making a difference. We may feel unseen, unappreciated, or tired. But the truth is this: you may never know how many lives you are changing. A small act of kindness, a word of encouragement, a message of hope can change someone's life forever. So never give up doing good. Even when you cannot see it, God is still working through you. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And don't forget to subscribe to the Shepherd Voice for more powerful stories that inspire hope, faith, and strength. Remember, sometimes the smallest whisper of faith can change a life.